Your day job pays the bills, but your evenings after work make you rich. The real money is made between 6 pm and 9 am, and how you spend this time after work decides whether you will be rich or poor in the future. While most people scroll, snooze, and just survive during that window, a small group of people quietly lay the bricks of their success. And I get it, right? After a long, exhausting workday, your energy is drained. So this video just isn't about pushing harder, it's about pushing smarter. I'm sharing research-backed ideas from Oxford, Harvard, and even LinkedIn that can boost your job opportunities by up to 70%, triple your execution rate, and skyrocket your success odds by over 90%. Stick around for 5 simple steps to transform your evenings into a wealth-building machine. Hello everyone, I'm Udayan Adhye and I've been licensed in Indian financial services since 2015, and so far I have helped over 1500 families take better financial decisions, and here on my YouTube channel I talk about all things money and personal development. So most people miss this. All hours are equal, but your energy at all hours is not. And that's where chronotype identification comes in, which is the first step. I know that sounds fancy, but here's all it means. Everyone has unique energy patterns during the day. Some people have higher energy in the morning while others in the evening. So your first step is to figure out where your best energy blocks are. So while this video is about how not to waste your evenings after work, if genetically your energy levels are lower in the evenings and higher in the mornings, you should know that and use that to your advantage. You can figure this out with one simple technique. In the next week, set an alarm for every 2 hours during the day and then rate your energy levels between 1 and 5. Then pick your top 2 60-minute energy slots and start aligning all your major efforts during that window. You can also know your chronotype through the Morning-Eveningness Questionnaire. It's a science-based questionnaire to understand what your chronotype is, and a link to it is available for free below the like button. It will tell you whether you are a morning person or evening person, and then you can align your efforts accordingly. Because think about it like this. If you're making, let's say, 50,000 monthly working 160 hours, that's roughly 313 rupees per hour. But during your peak energy window, because you have just so much more focus, you're easily worth 600 or even 1000 per hour. So wasting those hours away scrolling on Instagram is literally throwing away all that money every single day. Now this becomes the most important first step because it sets the foundation for everything else. Because you want to make sure that you're working with your natural energy cycles and not against them. So every week, carve out 1 solid power hour during your peak energy window. This isn't just random practice. This is deliberate focus on skills that have real market value. And apart from that, schedule a 30-minute block in the opposite window focused on lower intensity efforts. And you can supercharge these hours by using the WHOOP framework. I'll tell you what it is. But research shows that using it increases the chances of execution by over 50% compared to just deciding internally. Now, WHOOP is an acronym where W is for wish, which can be something like I want to learn how to build an AI agent to automate a boring task at work. Then O is for outcome. So it can be something like this will save me, say, 5 hours weekly and help me get picked for higher impact projects and potentially even for higher paying jobs. Then the O is for obstacles. So you try to predict them in advance. Like something like, for example, I usually feel too tired after work and then I end up watching Netflix. And then finally the plan. If that happens, I'll log out of Netflix, right? I won't just close the window or close the TV. I'll log out, change my setting, start a 30-minute tutorial and log my progress in a tracker. So follow the WHOOP framework because it can really make a difference. If you want to apply what I share here on YouTube to your own life and investing, check out my program, The Complete Guide to Mutual Fund Investing. It has all my years of experience of being licensed in Indian financial services since 2015. In it, I've covered topics like how you can select mutual funds to invest in, how to build your mutual fund portfolio, a much deeper dive than this particular video, what is an SWP and how to plan for your various goals, among other topics as well. The guide also has Excel tools like this one where you just enter the goal that you have, the money that you require for it, and it automatically tells you, factoring in inflation, how much you need to invest per month from now onwards and which mutual funds to go for to save for that goal. Once you sign up for the guide, you'll also be part of our monthly live Q&A sessions where I answer all your doubts. To check out the program, Go to the first link in the description and the pinned comment. Now, next up, step number 2, it's not just when you practice that matters, it's what you practice on. That is really important. Scott Adams, the creator of Dilbert, put it perfectly. He said, becoming world class in one thing is nearly impossible, but becoming very good, let's say the top 20-25%, in two complementary skill sets is rare and incredibly valuable. So for example, in my case, it was finance, maths and storytelling coming together, which allows me to do what I do. And now I'm adding AI to the mix with my ongoing master's degree in AI at Oxford, along with at least 2 hours of practical learning every single day. Now, this combo is what I hope continues to help me grow in my career, and hopefully my earnings will grow exponentially as well. Now, here's why this is important in the grand scheme of things, even for you. Research from Oxford University finds that workers blending AI proficiency with their subject matter expertise. So think of AI plus marketing, AI plus finance, AI plus design. Simply doing this, a person can earn up to 40% more than their peers by just using a hybrid skill set. Job postings also requiring AI literacy skills have surged over 6 times in the past year on LinkedIn. The AI disruption is real, it's here, and yes, it's scary. Automation and automating replacing old jobs is just happening way too fast, faster than we can comprehend. But that also makes this the single greatest opportunity for you to leapfrog everyone around you. If you make yourself AI forward, you don't just survive, you lead. So here's your micro action tonight. Use ChatGPT's latest O3 reasoning model to identify the highest value skill that you could add to your current profile. And for it, you can use this prompt that you see on screen. It's also there available for free in the description. You can use it, just replace it with a couple of placeholder items. This AI analysis can reveal unexpected skill set pairings that could dramatically increase your market value. So when you're working in your power hour, you want to focus on building these skill sets. I use AI as an example because it's just so relevant right now, but it could really be anything. But at the same time, building these skill sets is only one part of the equation. The other is making sure that people actually see what you're building, see what you're learning, see what you're capable of. A massive study by MIT, Harvard and Stanford, over 20 million LinkedIn users, found that weak ties, that is acquaintances or even distant colleagues, are twice as likely to help you to land a job compared to close friends. So here's one more action step. Every single week, pick one evening to send 2 messages to people on LinkedIn. It could be a quick hello or congratulations on a new job, which is more meaningful, right? Not just one line. Or hey, I thought of you when I read this article, or maybe even a more nuanced thought on a post that they had shared. Now I know it feels small, but it's these small touches that open doors you didn't even know existed. And you don't have to wait for job openings to update your CV. Instead, write just 2 short posts every week on LinkedIn. Talk about what you're learning, talk about what you're solving or exploring, share frameworks you like, insights from your industry, or even failures. Even your learnings about AI, as you get to know more about it, you can learn in public, you can document your journey in public. Because today, your online profile, right, is your real CV. And the people hiring or partnering with you will find you before you find them. Then step number 3 is priming your brain to defeat fatigue. Now, once again, right, your brain is tired by evening, you've made thousands of small decisions through the day that just absolutely drain your willpower. And that's one of the reasons you just want to sit back on a sofa or on your bed and watch Netflix. And usually that wins over learning new skills. Now, here's the fix for that. Always insert a transitionary activity between your job and when it ends and your power hour. And it should be non-digital and relaxing. So like a walk, a chat, a sketch, or even light chores. This creates a boundary between work mode and growth mode. Then get your blood flowing. A 2024 study showed that even short bursts under 20 minutes of high intensity movement spike mental clarity. They boost BDNF, which is brain derived neurotrophic factor, which literally fertilizes your brain cells to learn better. Then if possible, shift to a different environment where you start your power hour. If possible, this could be a different room in your house, a cafe, or even the same room and the same place, but with a very small change. Like perhaps adding a small plant to your table. Now what this does is, it helps your mind know that it's time for work, but not your usual work, right? It's time for growth mode. Next up, remember that your environment shapes your behavior more than willpower ever will. And the biggest distraction today we have is our mobile phone. So keep it in a completely different room, not just face down on your desk. And then use the Pomodoro technique, which I personally find very effective. It's just 25 minutes of focused work followed by a 5-minute break and then 25 minutes of more focused work. I personally pair this by playing binaural beats in my headphones at 40 Hz frequency. This is a practice I picked up from Andrew Huberman that potentially boosts focus. I personally find it very effective. Then starting any activity is the most difficult task, right? So while you want to ace the power hour, don't pressure yourself into a 60-minute grind right away. Use the 1-minute start trick. Commit to just 1 minute of work, and believe me, 8 out of 10 times you will power past and complete that 1 hour. And finally, here's another psychological trick to potentially make your next session easier. Leave one small task unfinished on purpose. This taps into the Zeigarnik effect, where your brain hates unfinished business. So when you return to work, you know exactly where to start, and that reduces the resistance of getting back into flow. And the final part of this lever helps you improve your execution success by 95%. It is something very simple. Tell someone specific about your evening plan. Studies have shown that by simply telling someone what you want to do helps your execution success rate go up by 50 to 65%. But that's not it. If you schedule a very specific check-in with a person, that pushes the success rate to a massive 95%. So schedule a 1-minute call with an accountability partner every single day. That very tiny commitment just multiplies your follow-through rate and you actually do what you had planned to do. Remember, all of these tactics are very important so you execute your power hour, because the power hour isn't just work, it's voting for the person who you want to become. And if you put in 6 such votes daily, within 6 months, your identity shifts from being a consumer to being a builder. Then step number 4 is batching your commitments and organization. Evening hours get quickly consumed by life logistics, right? Cooking, cleaning, preparing for the next day, just unwinding. The key is to batch similar activities to free up your ability to have a power hour. The solution to this is strategic batching and just environment design in general. Your biggest friend and your biggest time saver could be meal prep. So you dedicate 2 to 3 hours every Sunday to prepare the next week's meals. If possible, outsource these tasks. Yes, they will cost 3 to 4, 5,000 rupees when you hire someone to cook for you monthly, clean for you monthly, but that just is not an expense. That's also an investment, because you're potentially going to make multiple times of it because of the time that has been freed up because you're not indulging in those activities. And you can apply batching everywhere. Outfit planning, you can select full weeks of clothes on Sundays. You can run errands by grouping all shopping or banking on one designated day. In fact, dedicate just 30 minutes every Sunday to plan your entire next week. This creates a framework that reduces daily decision fatigue, because we only have so many decisions that we can take every day, right? Then for those with family commitments and children, I can understand that carving out an entire 1 hour every day can become very challenging. So create a skill development pact with your partner or a family member where you each get a dedicated hour on alternating days if you are having trouble scheduling a power hour every day. Wake up 30 minutes earlier if evenings are consistently interrupted. Use split sessions, right? So 2 or 3 shorter blocks of 15 to 20 minutes instead of one whole power hour. Because remember, consistency beats perfection. Even 30 minutes in your power window is infinitely better than 0 hours. The compound effect of those 30 minutes daily is still 180 hours of focused skill building annually. And then step number 5 is deliberate rest and focusing on recovery. After your day job and a focused power hour, it's tempting to completely zone out. And that's okay. Watching a show, chatting with a friend, or doing nothing at all of that has a place. But here's what research and real life both agree on. It's not just about resting, it's about restoring. Alex Pang, in his book Rest, Why You Get More Done When You Work Less, introduces the idea of deliberate rest, which involves mentally engaging but relaxing activities like walking, playing music, or a game. These give your brain a break without switching off. They activate the default mode network, the part of your brain associated with reflection and idea formation. And I do understand that, right? That rest doesn't have to be productive, but it has to be intentional. So if you want to watch a film, do it. Just balance it out by going for a small, short walk before or just stretching yourself a little. Then if you want to scroll Instagram, do it. Just make it a conscious decision and do not keep doom scrolling for hours together. And while you're rewiring your routines and building your career capital through the power hour, don't forget that the foundation of everything that you're doing is your health. So while executing this plan, don't sacrifice on your physical or mental well-being as it powers literally everything else. Prioritize sleep like your life depends on it. Eat food that sustains energy. Move every day, even if it's for just 15 minutes, and carve out space for stillness, be it meditation, breath work, or simply staring at the ceiling. I know the last 20 seconds sounded preachy, but remember, once you dedicate 90 extra minutes of your day to leveling up, you will need every bit of energy to carry on. And carving out this time is extremely essential because the hours after your regular job, the hours where no one is watching, that is where real compounding happens. Every evening, you are either building leverage or burning it. And the truth is, you don't even need radical change. You just need consistent action. And yes, I know it's so hard to do this, especially after a very long day at work. But it's going to be much harder to live a life that remains unfulfilled. That's the trade-off, right? Discomfort now or regret later. From 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., your next chapter is being written. The only question is, who are you becoming? If you like this video, then check this one out, where I talk about how you can switch between gold and stocks and then back to gold. I've created a strategy around it using one very simple metric. I get into it all, but just to give you an idea, if you'd invested 10 lakhs in stocks in 1990, that would have become 6 crores, in gold 4.5 crores, and in this strategy to 90 crores. I'll see you in the next one.